Welcome to the Good Neighbors of Texas podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. I'm your host, Ron Holt. Welcome to episode number 3 of the Good Neighbors of Texas podcast. Today we have our good neighbors, Chris and Stephanie Kennedy, with Kennedy's Craft Concrete, based in Bastrop, Texas, and they are our premier destination for expert craft concrete products. They produce high-quality concrete countertops, backsplashes, concrete islands, vanities, outdoor fireplaces, fireplace surrounds, and just about anything else you can dream up. It's a pleasure having you here today.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Well, tell us about your business.
We produce custom-made just about anything concrete. We come out to your house. We get a sense of what you like.
We'll run you through what are your styles? What do you like? What color schemes is in your house? We will get an idea of what type of products that you actually like. Tables, console tables, countertops. What would you like to see? What would you like to change? And then Chris will go through the dimensions. He'll find out sizes. He'll find out what it is that you want to do, how you want to do it. And then what we do is we go back to our shop and we take a look at everything. We lay things out and then we start actually creating samples for you to take a look at, see how you like them. And then we actually just get the process going.
Then we do all the form work. Once we template, say we're doing countertops, we'll come out, we'll template all the countertops to precise dimensions, bring those templates back to our shop, start cutting all the melamine, getting everything ready. And once that is complete, we typically have the customer come out and look at them to make sure that they approve everything. So that way, if they need to make any changes, they can do that before we start pouring the concrete. That's a little bit of the process. And other than that, it's not a difficult process. It's a lengthy one.
I see on your website, it says, ready to transform your space with custom concrete creations. Can you give us an idea of what that means to transform your space? I mean, what kind of ideas, how creative can you get? What have you done in the past that has been very creative for people?
So obviously color schemes, right? Much to people's surprise, it's not just gray. You can do whites, you can do blues, reds, greens, yellows.
Wow.
There's a variety of colors and a variety of shades. So for me is try to get that feeling, try to bring the fun out of you and say, let's talk about colors. Let's talk about how do you brighten your space or whatever it is that you want to do. And then as far as countertops, right? Do you want to take out your counters? Do you want to take out your cabinets? Do you want to build an island? So we start talking about just the different things that you can do. We've got a variety of things in our home. We have dining room tables, we have console tables, we have end tables and coffee tables.
Wow.
Everything in a little bit of variety of different colors. We've got whites and blacks and grays and we've got blues. And how is it that you want to enhance your home and have some fun with it?
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It is fun.
Now, when I hear the word concrete, right, that sounds heavy. And you're talking about side tables, coffee tables, maybe even a big dining table. What's different about what you do?
What we use is glass fiber reinforced concrete. It's about 30% lighter than actual concrete. There's no aggregate in our mix. It's all sand, cement. There's quite a few additives. And then what makes it strong are the alkaline resistant fibers that we put in there.
Okay.
And that gives it its strength. And those fibers are actually stronger than rebar.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's stronger and you don't have cracking and it keeps its beauty. It's very unique, but it's not too heavy to move around. I know sometimes people place it in their living space and they just
Right.
need to move things around sometimes, right?
Yeah, and we do have other types of techniques that you can use. You can do foam based,
Wow.
and then you do the concrete around it. That is also lighter. My big thing is just the fun, the color that goes into it and what you can produce with it. But we have several pieces in the house. They're not heavy. I can actually move them by myself as a woman.
Yeah.
I can't move the 1,000-pound tables by myself, but as a female, you're able to actually move these things around just from the reinforced fibers, as well as if you do foam, there's different techniques where you can make things hollow. So your bases of your table can just be the outside and it looks like it's one big concrete block,
Wow.
but it can actually be hollow in the inside. So there is a variety of things that you can do. It's really, where does your imagination take you?
Wow.
Yep.
There's no limit then, right?
There is no limit with this. It's just about getting it right for what works best for you.
Yeah.
Tell our listeners about your journey and why did you get into this particular type of business? What got you there in the first place?
Well, it all started maybe 5 or 6 years ago. We wanted to redo the countertops in our kitchen. And my brother had done it like 15 years ago, and his were like 600 pounds.
Wow.
So I tried it, making them the 1.5 inch, what typical countertops are. They were still pretty heavy. Our countertops aren't that big, but after failed attempt, after failed attempt, after failed attempt.
I see the look on Stephanie's face is like,
Yeah.
a lot of failed attempts, right?
I finally did it. We got some decent countertops, but they're nowhere near as nice as the ones that I could produce now. That was from the Lowe's, the concrete countertop mix. They turned out pretty decent, but that was also 5 years ago.
Wow.
So I started doing some research and I kept coming across the Concrete Countertop Institute. And year after year, I was talking to Steph and been wanting to go, and finally did it last year and got up there for their 5-day class. And man, what a world of difference.
Changed your world, right?
Yeah, it did,
and
for
helping
sure.
change other people's worlds too.
Yeah.
I swore I wasn't going to get in the midst of this concrete and colors and looking like a Smurf. We've been playing with blues, but then I actually got involved with the Women's Association of Professional Concrete, and I was like, "Ooh, this is actually kind of interesting, right?"
Yeah.
And I'm a member, obviously, of that, and have had a ball with it. And I've started getting out more and more and playing with it, doing coasters and samples and just little things like that.
Even small things like little
Just
coasters. But
little coasters.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun. Like I have coasters everywhere. My office, my work office. I've got coasters everywhere in a variety of colors.
Yeah.
He went through the class and I swore I wasn't going to get involved in it. And it's been a lot of fun just from the artistic piece.
Yeah.
And
She's learned quite a bit just from me.
I have
being out there in the shop with me, but yeah, it's a pretty neat journey.
It is. It's fun. It's not work.
That's awesome.
Because it's a journey to transform your spaces. So, yep.
You can also create some outdoor living spaces as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. Outdoor fireplaces, even building where they're gas on the inside and it's concrete on the outside.
Yeah.
Pool lounge chairs,
Really?
right? Made
Wow.
of the concrete that you can put in your pools. Like if you have a swim deck,
Yeah.
you can do pool lounges that are outside and you just want to put a mat on top of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can do outdoor tables and benches for outside spaces. You can do outdoor kitchens.
Yeah, countertops for
Amazing.
outdoor kitchens.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing that these days. They look really nice.
And you can do it in all different colors.
Be as creative as you want to be, right?
We're working right now on a bird bath
Bird bath.
Yes.
Wow.
So we're working on a bird bath. We're taking actually some of our molds for our sinks. So you can actually do molds for sinks and things. And we're actually playing a little bit with that right now just to kind of get an idea of making bird baths out of some of those molds and the different shapes and things that you can do with it. So yeah, I mean, it's endless. It is endless. It's whatever you can think of.
That sounds like a lot of fun, but even though that's a lot of fun, what do you do for fun?
We ride the Harley. We travel.
Now, both of you have a Harley or just ride together?
Oh, no, I ride. I sit in the back.
Oh, you sit in the back?
Yeah.
I sit in the back.
Put
and
all
I
your
relax.
trust in Chris here.
I've been trying to get her to get her own Harley, but she's absolutely not. So
I like to relax. So
yeah.
How often do you do that?
We haven't ridden in a while.
we usually try to go on a Saturday or a Sunday. We usually try to go for breakfast and then take a little ride just to kind of disconnect from work, right?
Yeah.
And then when we're not riding the Harley, we've got 4 pups that keep us very busy, 230 pounders and 2 15-pounders. And then when we're tired of being pup mom and dads, we actually go on vacation.
Yeah.
We try to get a couple of vacations in a year. So
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Going back to the concrete here for a moment, can you tell us about any myths or misconceptions you hear about your product and service or people have?
The biggest misconception is people don't understand how beautiful this type of concrete can look. It's not your typical sidewalk concrete, as I say.
Yeah.
If you're looking for more information, you can contact us and we can show you a sample of what a finished piece can look like. That's the biggest misconception is, I guess, the feel and the look of it.
Obviously.
And the weight.
The weight. Yeah.
Wow.
The weight.
So any texture too, right?
Absolutely. Wow. And it's not just, like Chris said, your standard gray sidewalks. We can show you colors. You can pick those things. We've got different samples of different techniques. So you can see.
Of the marbling.
Marbling. We've do artwork pieces, right? You can...
when you say artwork pieces, what do you mean by that?
So you can actually create, I think we almost fell across it just by mistake, but there's techniques that you can use and you can actually do wall pieces, if like a picture piece that you can actually have framed. And if you want to actually have the texture and the feels to it, you can actually do that as well, right?
Sounds beautiful.
Again, it's endless. And we actually kind of fell across it, but we have a piece that's probably 12 by 12 that is a beautiful gray and white, and you can actually feel.
No, it's blue and white.
Oh, is it blue and white?
Yeah.
And you can feel the texture that's actually in it. And it's, like I said,
amazing.
It's endless, right? It's endless of what you can actually do.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. What's one thing you wish our listeners knew about your business?
It's a home. It's a husband and wife thing, right? So we do a lot of work together. We really enjoy it just with the endless possibilities and seeing customers actually light up when they see the finished product. So that's really fulfilling to see it. But we're a husband and wife business. We're a small business. And it's kind of homegrown, but we're having a lot of fun. I would say you're more than welcome. Our shop is at our home. So we do take appointments to appointment only for coming out to our home, obviously with 4 dogs. So we try to do that. Feel free to reach out to Chris or myself. Ask questions, come out and just see. We'd be happy to show you what we've done and different possibilities.
I understand you're going to be putting more videos online to show the process. I mean, it's a very interesting process from the very beginning and the end result and how colorful and creative you can be. I would encourage everybody to take a look. There's a phrase that my wife and I always use, and I'm hearing that with what you're saying here. It is, make the place you live the place you love.
Exactly.
Transform your living space, be as creative as you want to be, and use your imagination and explore new looks, new textures, new ideas. And I love this. I love what you're doing and what you're all about.
Absolutely. I would say that the lists are endless, even at our own home, between bathrooms and showers and panels in our showers. So it is
That's wonderful.
endless of what you can do. And I think that's what we love, right? Is everything now for us is unique. We've put our sweat and tears into the pieces that we've done that are in our house.
Even blood, sweat, and tears.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
I like that. Another thing that's important, you said unique, because you can buy some really nice pieces in stores, right?
Yep.
But with what you're doing, it is one of a kind, unique. You're not going to find it anywhere else, right?
No piece will ever be the same.
Nope.
That's wonderful. I love that.
Yep. That's
So,
what makes it so much fun.
You got to check them out. Well, Chris and Stephanie, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and we look forward to seeing more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbors of Texas podcast. To nominate your favorite local business to be featured on the show, go to goodneighborsoftexas.com. That is goodneighborsoftexas.com. We look forward to connecting good people with great businesses.